a crow fell into the well. The girl quickly fished it out. Unexpectedly, the crow repaid her kindness with vengeance the next second. It began to violently flap its wings, throwing 3 kilograms of mud from its body onto the girl's face. Then it turned its head and quickly flew away. The girl touched her face. Oh my goodness, her facial features had disappeared. Even more bizarrely, a lump of mud suddenly popped out of the well. With a splat, it landed on the ground. Picking up the girl's eyes, it directly smashed them onto its own face. The girl was so scared that she ran away. The mud relentlessly pursued her. It even started square dancing. Seeing the monster so arrogant, the father wept and fired a shot. The monster instantly turned into a bloody mess. But the mud, worthy of being a monster, quickly fused together. Soon, it was bouncing around again. The mother quickly raised her big knife. With a chop, she split the monster in half. The monster was instantly enraged. It suddenly stretched out tens of meters long arms. It rushed into the house and grabbed the girl. It stuffed her into its belly. Amidst the mother's desperate cries, it contentedly hopped away. Meanwhile, a little girl picking mushrooms was picking strawberries. Suddenly, she heard a strange cry. Then, the branches started moving. She was so scared she abandoned her basket. The girl desperately ran away. But how could she outrun the monster? In the end, she could only let out a shrill scream. When everything calmed down, only a red dress was left fluttering in the wind. This wasn't the end. Another girl was playing by the ditch. She found a piece of gray flying carpet. She curiously followed it. She arrived at a mysterious cave. In the end, she was also captured by the monster. Seeing the children disappearing one after another, the village chief felt that something was amiss. He quickly sought out the expert, Dachwang, to solve the case. Under Ajiao's guidance, they came to the forest to look for clues. Unexpectedly, the trees began to move. Instantly, everyone lost their way. At this time, Ajiao was not at all flustered. He picked up a toad. Then, he licked it affectionately. The toad showed them the way. Unexpectedly, a mysterious person appeared. He fed their horse a pig. After eating it, the horse became very excited. It jumped and hopped incessantly. That night, strange things happened. Pig manure came out of the horse's mouth. Have you ever seen such a strange thing? Seeing her hands stuck, the girl struggled desperately. Unexpectedly, more and more pig manure appeared. It quickly enveloped the girl completely. Then, the horse raised its front hoof. It swallowed the girl into its belly. Was this the horse's doing? Or did the spider play a trick? The two were dumbfounded. Following the clues on the ground, they quickly chased after it. Halfway, Ajiao was entangled by a vine. He fell heavily to the ground. At this time, a wolf that hadn't eaten meat for 3 years appeared. But it didn't harm Ajiao. It just stood before him. It looked at him with piercing eyes. Then, it roared. It turned around and left. Those familiar eyes made Ajiao feel a sense of déjà vu. When everyone entered the depths of the forest, they saw a stone tower less than 10,000 meters high. To find clues, Dachwang grabbed the rope and climbed. He quickly reached the top of the tower. Looking down, he discovered something strange. 12 stone coffins were neatly arranged around the tower. They looked like the markings on a watch. What on earth was going on? To investigate further, Dachwang entered the tower. The interior was exquisitely decorated. Although it hadn't been maintained for years, dust and cobwebs were everywhere. Yet, it couldn't hide its former glory. On a bed with 12 layers of mattresses, Dachwang discovered a beautiful woman. She had turned into a mummy. Her former beauty was completely gone. It turned out that not long ago, a plague had broken out here. The Empress, fearing infection, had built this tower to hide in. But she never imagined that the plague could spread through the air. Not long after, the Empress was infected. She soon died in the tower. On a piece of parchment, it was recorded that on the night of the first lunar month, 12 girls should be found as sacrifices. Drinking their blood would bring the Empress back to life. She would regain her youth and immortality. To rescue the captured girls, Dachwang had to find a way to stop this. The young man nervously held up the toad, hoping to conjure a princess. With a gulp. Oh my god. The taste was intoxicating. The toad blushed and turned over. The next second, a girl indeed floated up from the water. The young man was overjoyed. He quickly reached out to scoop her up. Suddenly, a wolf appeared ahead. Scared, Xiaoshui quickly hid. The werewolf picked up the girl. He placed her in a stone coffin. He put a ring on her foot. It instantly turned into a glass slipper. Everyone pricked their fingers. Taking a drop of pure blood, they had the crow feed it to the desiccated Empress. The Empress came back to life. Dachwang ran away. Halfway, he bumped into a bronze mirror. At that moment, a beautiful woman suddenly appeared behind him. She captivated Dachwang. At a critical moment, a stone suddenly flew. It was thrown by Xiaoshui, who sensed something was wrong. Dachwang regained consciousness. He quickly grabbed the rope and jumped down. He landed squarely on the werewolf chasing Xiaoshui. The Empress screamed. The rope was actually her braided hair. They quickly ran back and told the villagers the truth. The general believed them to be spreading rumors, so he tied them up in the forest. He not only set fire to roast them, but also fired shells to destroy their bodies. Luckily, Ajiao rescued them in time. The two escaped. Unexpectedly, the wolf appeared in human form. It turned out he was Ajiao's missing father. Years ago, while hunting, he was captured by the empress. She turned him into a puppet. From then on, he only obeyed the empress. Ajiao was taken back. She became the last sacrifice. On the night of the full moon, the empress drank the girl's blood. She regained her youth and beauty. Seeing Xiaoshuai's handsome appearance, she removed the magic nail from the werewolf. She stabbed it into Xiaoshuai's chest, turning him into her puppet. Dachuan swung an axe at the mirror. The next second, the empress's face began to crumble. The werewolf regained his memories. To save his daughter, he picked up the mirror and jumped from the tower. As the mirror shattered, the empress turned to dust. At the end of the film, the captured girls were finally rescued. They returned to their families. They lived happily ever after.